Hi, this is Larry with In His Hands Treasure Hunters. Thanks for stopping into my channel today. Hope you enjoy the travels. My name is Larry. I'm the treasure hunter. And my best friend Jesus, well, everything's in his hands. He knows where all the treasure is. He knows what it is that I'm going to find before I even lay my metal detector on it. But again, thanks very much for stopping by. I appreciate that if you would hit the like or dislike button, so either the thumbs up or the thumbs down. And maybe leave a comment as to why you didn't or didn't like it. Helps me to improve, and it also helps me to be informative as to what your likes may be. As well as if you would subscribe to my channel. It helps me to grow this channel for the future, because this is going to be my retirement, and I'm excited. Thanks again, and we'll see you at the end. Hello, it's Larry, In His Hands Treasure Hunters. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. We're going to head out. We're going to be doing some playgrounds this week. So stay tuned and let's see what we can find. So I was getting a 41 right here. And don't you know it? This is my 5th playground and first real find. I have a memorial penny. The year is 1997, but I'll take that because that's the first thing. So I'm getting a 46 right here. Getting a 46 right here. You can see it, but we have a 1975 copper penny. Right here I was getting a 54, and we have ourselves a quarter. And it's a state quarter. That was pretty nice. So getting a 46, not too far from the surface. And here we have a 1976 copper penny. So we're getting a 51.50 right here. And it's not too far from the surface. And there you have it. Another quarter. And it's another state quarter. Nebraska. So right here we're getting a 25.26. We were getting a 25.26 out of that hole, and there we have it. Just what I was looking for, a nickel. Okay, so we're getting a 50 right here, 50.51. So I'm expecting to find a quarter. Just as I expected, there we have our quarter. We're getting a 42.43 right there, not too far down. Going to find a memorial penny, and there we have it. Good morning. So today we are at playground number 7 for the week, and this one has a bonus in that it has a beach volleyball type area, sand. So we are going to be doing some metal detecting here, and see what God has in store for us. All right, so our first target right here is a 42. See what we can come up with. So we were getting a 42 in this hole, and we have come up with what I expected, a nice little memorial penny. Okay, so that's our first target, some treasure. So our second target, which is not far away, is a 26. So I am thinking a nickel, but we will come up with what we ever come up with. So what sounds also like a nickel? Some 10. There, we got it. But it's garbage, and we got it out. So our next target, we have a 42, 43 right here. So 42, 43 in the hole, looking for a penny, and that's exactly what we have. Another penny. Good job. So that is where the last target was, and it was a penny. And right here, we have another 42. And 42 in the hole. It's out of the hole. And here we have another memorial. So our next target, right here we're getting a steady 48. I am not sure. All right, so that 48 just turned out to be a chunk of 10, but it's off the playground. So right here we were getting a 46. Let's see what we can come up with. So there we have it, a piece of 10. So right there, getting a 25, 26. So you have to ask yourself, what sounds like a nickel? And the answer is simple, magical pull tabs. There we go, our first one of the day. So our next target, 41, 42. So our 42 turned out to be a chunk of 10. So we were getting a 42. It said it was on the surface. And what do we have here but another memorial penny? All right, that makes 5 for the day. So right in that hole, not too far below the surface, we were getting a 45. And we've got our first dime. And if it seems like I'm stumbling, it is a blistery 32 degrees. The malt is frozen, and the wind chill is probably right around 25. You gotta love it, but I do. A 41 right there underneath the surface. It's crusty, but it's a memorial. So, getting between a 46 and a 51 right here.
And there we have it. We were getting a 48 to 51 right there. And it's the top of a can. So for our next target, we've got a 45 right here. And our 45 in that hole, another piece of crushed up tin. So, $25, $27, $26. Let's go get our pull tab. So it wasn't a pull tab, but it was a mess of 10. Well, we were getting a 45 in this hole. And this is what we came up with. A nice dime. So we're getting a 38.42 out of that hole. And we got a crusty memorial. So we got another 42 out of this hole. And we have our 11th memorial penny. So we were getting a 45 out of this hole here. And I did get it out. I just had to find it. It's another dime. Thank the Lord. So we're getting a 50 out of this hole. And lo and behold, our first quarter of the day. So we were getting a 45 out of that hole, but we didn't get a 45. We got a Mountain Dew. Oh, but with the Mountain Dew came a pull tab. So I was getting a 50-51 right down here. And you can see it. It's right on the surface. We got ourselves a nice little quarter. That's our second quarter of the day. Okay, I want to take a little time to go over my finds from the playground hunt. Again, it was 7 playgrounds this week. The coins that you see in front of you all came from playground number 6 and 7. The first 5 yielded nothing but trash, so that all went in the garbage. Not even going to go through what I found. Nothing out of the ordinary, but again, it was all trash. So on playground number 6 and 7, I did find 8 quarters, which is pretty cool. I got 2 really good nickels. I got 5 dimes. Here are 12 really crusty zinc pennies. Some of them you can see are pretty ate up. Um, there's a couple others that you really got to look under a microscope to even tell that it is a penny. But anyway, that's 12 cents. And over here we have 5 copper coins. That was really good. I like to get copper because it's in good shape. You can see it, and it's worth 3 cents a penny. This is something that I found on playground number 7. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not really familiar with these characters, but it's not a pen. It looks like it might have come off a backpack or something. But it is pretty cool, and I'm sure that there's some kid I can find out that they're out there that's going to enjoy that. So again, thanks for coming along with me. We got 5.5 inches of snow overnight, so it won't be going out for a couple days. But again, on Thursday, today's Sunday, on Thursday, it's supposed to be in the 50s. So I'll be back out there pretty quick. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next adventure.